Hey, this is Math 2, Unit 10, Worksheet number 9, looking at linear, quadratic, and exponential functions. So again, linear is going to be in the form usually of y equals mx plus b and make a nice line. Quadratic tends to have this curve like that. Exponential just seems to go on forever and ever and ever in one direction. It doesn't curve back the other way, just has kind of this parabola kind of shape where it just does that. Okay, all right, so let's graph these up and see what we have here. If we model these up, we're going to plot the points and decide which model is most appropriate, whether it be linear, quadratic, or exponential. So in our first one, we're going to plot the point. We're at -1, 0.5, about there. Then we're at 0, 1. We're at 2, 4, which is somewhere about here. And then we're at 3, 8, which is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. So we're going to be graphing going up like that, in that direction. Okay? Let's just plot them real quick and see what they all look like. Here at -1, 2, 3, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's there. We're at -1, 6. So 1, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. 0, 5 is here. 2, 3 is going to be there, and 3, 2 will be there. So we have this thing, which looks a lot like a line to me. And then finally we have -2 and 11, which 11 is going to be all the way to the top right there. -1, 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 0, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then here we're going to reflect it over there. So we have this one that goes like that, and it stops there. And here's what we have. So looking at those shapes, we need to kind of decide, let's grasp, what do we have? This one definitely is going to be your linear. That's pretty much a straight line. Here, based upon this line of symmetry, axis of symmetry right here, where it reflects over here, looks like this is going to be our quadratic there. And this one seems to grow exponentially. It gets steeper as it goes on, so this should be our exponential right there. Looking at that. You can also look at tables, which is today, to be able to tell the difference between the ratios, or the differences in ratios, to find out whether it's going to be linear, quadratic, exponential, or maybe none at all. So let's take a look at the first one. We kind of take a look at the difference here. We're going up by 1. So go from 9 to 6, that is +3. 6 to 5 is going to be -1. And 5 to 6 is going to be +1. And here we're going to go +3. Alright, so there's something happening there, but it's not a pattern. When I look in between here, to go from 3 to a -1, to go from here, I'm going down, I say +3. Let's go -3 there, sorry about that. -3. The difference from here to here is going to be what? We're going down, we're going to be adding 2. Going from -1 to +1 is adding 2, and 1 to +3 is adding 2. Okay, so when you can do this and have two columns and get to a pattern like that, that tells you you're dealing with a quadratic type of equation. Here, 3 to 6 is going to be what? That's times 2. 6 to 12 is times 2. 12 to 24 is times 2. 24 to 48 is times 2. When I'm multiplying like that, again and again in the same way, that is going to be exponential. Here, 3 to 6 is going to be adding 9. I could think multiply by 3, but when I look at that, 9 to 19 is not times 3. So let's go ahead and just say it's adding 6. 9 to 19 is adding 10. 19 to 33 is adding 14. 33 to 51 is adding, in that case there, 18. A little strange, but let's see what happens here. The difference between 6 and 4 is what? 4. Sorry. Between 10 and 14 is 4, and 14 and 18 is 4. So again, when I look at this second column, when I have that +4 and I get a pattern once again, this tells me it's going to be quadratic. And this one here, I'm going from 8 to -1, which is going to be a loss of 7. -1 to 0, which is going to be a gain of 1. 0 to 1 is a gain of 1, and then a gain of 7. So anything between here, this is going to be, what is this? 8, 0, and then 6. There's no pattern here in the second column. This is all over the place. And here, going from 8 to -1 and back up again, and it's just a little strange. So we're going to, in this case, say this is a neither one. So it's none of them. Okay, moving down to number 8. From -7 to -3, that is going up 4. -3 to 1 is up 4. 1 to 5 is up 4. And 5 to 9 is up 4. That looks pretty linear to me. Here, -1 to +1 is +2. 1 to 3 is +2. 3 to 5 is +2. 5 to 7 is +2. And again, looks pretty linear. 1 to 4. All right, well, that is +3, but is it +3 here? That's not plus, so let's try multiply. 1 to 4 is times 4. 4 to 16 is times 4. 16 to 64 is times 4. And 64 to 56 is times 4. When I multiply like that, we call that exponential. And our last one here, -1 to -4 is losing 3. -4 to -2 is adding 2. Then I'm adding 2, and then I'm adding 2. All right, so you could think, well, maybe I'm going to do a curve here, right? If you plot that out, it looks a little curvish, like so. But for it to be quadratic, there has to be a relationship in the next column. So -3 to +2 is going to be what? +5. 2 to +2 is going to be 0. And then 2 to 2 is 0. So what happens is that it's not really working out that way. This is much more linear from here to here, and this has a curve down and then linear. Like, it just doesn't work out. So we're going to say neither. All right, that's it for worksheet number 9. Hope it helps you out, and we'll see you next time.